Okay, we're in the woods. We're foraging for mushrooms, morel mushrooms. We're finding lots of gooseberry plants, but I have found no morels yet. Sometimes you can hunt for hours and not find any, and sometimes you can get in a patch and just find dozens of them. See some cute little Dutchman's breeches. The bumblebees are on the Dutchman's breeches. All these little ferns here. Sweet Williams. These kind of look like older turkey tail. It may not be turkey tail. Bumblebees hanging on the gooseberry blossoms.
They're like hanging upside down.
Yeah. Oh, there's a honeybee on the gooseberries. Come on. Okay, we're in here foraging for mushrooms. This is the area.
Might look behind me. The two that I found are in front of me. Right there and right there.
One there. Ah, and one hidden. Right up here. And right there.
Hello, found two.
So here where we're foraging for the mushrooms is, let me shine up in the air. These are all young pawpaw trees. All of these. So this is a pawpaw patch. There's some bigger ones, and let me shine up there. All those little specks that you see are blooms on these pawpaws. So Missouri has an abundance of things that you can forage. I'm going to pause this while we search for more morels, and if we find some more, oh, there's a lot of young elderberries coming up. Elderberries is a wonderful medicinal plant. It's elderberry, elderberry, there's some elderberry. Elderberries all over here. Start. Oh, there we go. All right. One there. One there. You see those in all these ferns and stuff, and you think you should see little fairies.
There's a third one.
Oh, I think that one just popped right up.
It certainly looks like it because I've been standing here staring forever and looking for others.
It's probably growing as we stand here. Okay. Now this is one of the little Morchella. Which one's the scaly one? Is it the half cap?
Oh, the half free
free.
We call them free cap or half. I'll watch so that I don't squish something on my way. Oh, it's so tasty.
Oh man.
Make it sound like you were both staring and all of a sudden there was a mushroom.
Oh, then Randy jumped in there and picked it.
That stuff is so good. So sour.
There's a lot that grows around the house when I'm weeding. I'll end up eating a whole bunch of it.
Okay. This whole patch is hazelnuts. You'd have to beat the squirrels to them. And every little skinny tree you see here, all the way around, that's all pawpaws. These are all pawpaw blooms. So we'll come back in the fall, and as long as the freeze doesn't get them, we should be able to get us a mess of pawpaws. Can you see it from your side? There's leaves. Oop! I almost stepped on one.
Oh, Teresa.
I better stand still.
Is that another one?
Yeah. See it now?
No. Oh, yeah. It's gray. Man, that camouflage. Nice one, though.
This one's smaller one.
Yeah.
Now let's. Oh, there's another one.
You trying to step on it?
No, I went past it though. See? Hey.
Oh, yeah. Boy, they're fresh. Ought to be tasty.
Okay, let's just lift around.
Yeah, get down at a different level. Look behind. Look in front. Look under your feet.
Those gray ones are the hardest to see. White ones certainly.
This is all, this green is gooseberries. All the way around on the other side of that log. Here behind me. Big old patch over there. And then all these little skinny trees are all pawpaws. Let's see. This one actually has some blooms down here where we can not so high up in the trees. Scratch it and see. I was getting a picture of this pawpaw bloom here real quick. Marcella semi-libra. Okay, we're getting ready to prepare the morel mushrooms that we foraged today here at Rhonda's. She's going to show us her recipe, how she fixes them, how she cuts them up and prepares them.
And hi, I'm Rhonda. A lot of people tell you to cut yours up, put them in, soak them in salt water. I just like to cut the dirty end off of it if there happens to be any. Check them inside when I slice them. This one is very clean, has no bugs in it, goes straight into the eggs. That's just beaten eggs. And all of them get done the same way. Check them for bugs, there aren't any.
These were so fresh. They have just come up, so they really didn't have time to get any bugs in them.
So we are slicing these up just in half, right down the middle. Look, makes a lot of area for your egg to stick, and crackers. This is just crackers made into crumbs, little salt and pepper in them. And I just drench these in the egg and goes right into the crackers. The oil and butter is heating behind us, which we have to keep an eye on.
A few tablespoons of olive oil and a couple of tablespoons of butter that's heating up over here.
I just do a few and get those because you want to cook them a few at a time while the oil is hot. Crackers. Don't want to get the butter too hot because it will burn, so turn it down just a bit. And we just watch those, and when they get brown on the bottom side, flip them over. Usually about probably 2 to 3 minutes on each side, sometimes a little less.
I'm going to show them the inside. Notice how on the stems of true morels, they're hollow on the inside. If you collect something and it's not hollow, you probably have a false morel. That can possibly make you sick.
Oh, now that one has a bug in it, so we're going to get him out.
Rinse him off.
And then goes right in there with the rest.
These look a little different. Those are called half cap.
Or free cap, some people call them. But the stem is still hollow, so it is a true morel. It's a
And you can see that the cap is only attached halfway up. When you do that one there, the cap is attached right down here at the bottom. Okay, those are golden brown. We'll flip them over. Oh, it smells so good.
This side of the skillet's getting a little hot, so continue with these. That one's tiny. We're going to put him in their hole.
They say these are a little bit kind of scaly. That's another thing you can look for on the free cap, half cap. They got some common names.
And they are a little crumbly too. They're a little harder to work with to get the coatings on.
We have just a paper towel when we get ready to take them out to let them drain a little bit on.
I'm not as like neat and one at a time once I get started because the oil is hot. So
You want to hurry and get the next ones in.
yeah, I just kind of start getting the cracker crumbs on them as best I can and get them into the oil so that they can get to frying.
So here in Missouri, this part of Missouri, it's mid-April. And depending on the year, you can start finding morels. Depending on the weather, end of March, all the way through the end of maybe April.
Yeah.
A couple more weeks, kind of a short. Then the next mushrooms that we like to collect are chanterelles in
Probably
end of May.
June.
Again, depending on the weather. If you have a really dry year, it's harder to find them. But if you have moist, they really start popping. And hopefully we can make another video when the chanterelles are up. And that's all there is to it other than grabbing one and tasting it. Oh man. Those are good.
Okay. Another little trick that I have is, see how in the skillet it's starting to get really browned around the edges? If I had more morels that I wanted to cook, I would take this oil, dump it, wipe the skillet, and start with a fresh batch of a couple of tablespoons of butter and more, 2 or 3 tablespoons of olive oil for the next batch. Then you don't get that burnt flavor. It's still okay right now, but it's after this one it would start tasting a little burnt, the crackers that are left in the skillet.
Okay, so until next time, guys, bon appetit.